Now it is. Okay, there goes. Hi guys, hail Mary, me to everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Of course, today is Thursday, and it is actually 2:59, and we are a little early, but that's okay. Just I went early by much, but yeah. Oh, it's Thursday. What do you want? So anyway, of course, we had a good show last night. We had a lot of good people here, having a good time in the neighborhood. My scent levels. Sure, the other sounds on the board are off, and pretty much what you would expect for a Thursday. It's sunny outside. The weather is warm for this time of year. I would say, well, I definitely say it's closer to 20 degrees today, but I don't know the exact forecast. I don't have the thermometer outside. What is the weather in Winston, Connecticut?
It's currently clear and 19 degrees in Winston, Connecticut.
19. Oh, pretty close. So, the good thing is, you can go outside, have a good time. Maybe do some last minute yard cleaning, because we do see the temperatures are going to drop again. Friday is going to be 7 degrees, mostly cloudy, partly cloudy. Saturday, 8 degrees, partly cloudy. Sunday, a high of 10, a low of 2, with 10% chance of rain. Not bad. And not great, but not bad. And looking at the extended forecast after that, Monday is pretty much the same. High of 11, a low of -1. With next Tuesday being 10% chance of precipitation, a high of 3, a low of -4. Wednesday, a high of 4, a low of -6. It's getting cold now. Thursday, high of 7, a low of -2. I believe Thursday is Thanksgiving, isn't it? Yeah, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. And Friday, 20% chance of rain. I don't see any snow in the forecast for us, except maybe 30% chance next Saturday on a high of 7 and a low of -1. So it's not going to be like super snowy and icy or anything for a while. So this is a good time to get those last minute preparations for Thanksgiving going. Make sure you have your apple pies ready. Make sure you have your favorite stuff, your favorite turkey there, ready to go. How you doing, Red Foreman? Anyway, so we had a good show last time. We had a lot of people on it. We're up to 1,123 subs. Still hoping to get more people to come on and check out the show. So that's a good thing. We reached out to a lot of people on the show. Now my right wrist is hurting me. Ow. I hope any tunnel carpal is the last thing I need in my life. Especially that's my trackball hand. That would hurt. Actually, that would suck. Never mind hurt, because it already hurts a little bit. So anyway, but yeah, so we are going to play some World of Warcraft, not right now during this show, but during the next show, which will be a World of Warcraft stream after this stream's over, so we can get level up a bit. I need to work on Michelle Marie, and that's the Alliance side version of me, and she's got to go back and finish that mission. That's something I'm looking forward to seeing, is more of gaming streams. They do actually seem to have some popularity on this channel. Amazingly, it may not be the most exciting thing in the world, but people do watch the gaming streams. They actually do watch them, and they may not say much about them, but the views do seem to indicate that there are people who liked the gaming streams, at least in part. So we're going to continue that, but it doesn't have to be right on this show. It can certainly be on the stream after this one. So, if you're into the gaming, look for the streams. They say things like Game Time or Let's Play World of Warcraft. Or I think Game Time is pretty good naming because it seems to indicate that it's extreme for gaming, right? And that keeps it simple because you don't have to worry about, because it is a chill zone. Oh yeah, I gotta play my druid more. I gotta play all your characters. I like the druid too, because the druid's like the real me. But I'm kind of like the song a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll because I'm a little bit mage. I'm a little bit druid. I'm a little bit warrior. I'm a priestess in real life. I'm a sorceress. So yeah, it's kind of fun. The druid is actually probably the most fun character I've had in a while. Especially when it turns into a giant rusty. Well, okay, she's not rusty, but she's kind of a black, like, jaguar type cat. She rips him apart, but then she's a tauren. She's huge. She's not gonna be your typical house cat. That'd be like me trying to be a cougar. I would probably look more like a tiger, actually. Yeah, I did. Well, I think it's because, first of all, it was a nice change from being a mage and a priest, and although I do want to level up Michelle Marie too, because Michelle Marie is my namesake, and I kind of want to level her up a bit. I know she's got brown hair and everything, but eventually she can always go back to Stormwind, go to the hair salon, and get her hair re-blonded again. In fact, she's never been blonded hair. I wonder how she would look if she was blonde hair. How you doing, Oral? Jen T, how you doing? I'll try my best to keep up with everybody. I know we get more people coming on the shows now. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with them. I may not be as observant as Rosie O'Kelly is, but this is a very different channel than Rosie O'Kelly. First of all, Rosie O'Kelly is not registered blind, which means for me, keeping up with everything takes a lot more work because I have to. I only have a tiny little screen surface they can read. I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Let me show you. Everybody wonders how close I have to read the screen. I'll show you. Because I'm actually reading the screen now. Let's go. Here. I don't think a belch changes channels. Yeah. Alright, so this is me. That's the screen. That's me. You can see how close I have to get to read it. So anyway, that's how close I have to get to read the screen. Not exactly easy. I do admit it would be nice if the ears, my cartilage in my ears wasn't so dang floopy. It would have been more straight backwards, but that's the nature of my cartilage in my ears. I have soft cartilage in my ears, and so they kind of sag. Whereas Henry Cruise's cartilage in his ears apparently is heavier, and so his ears don't sag like mine do. And they were originally my ears he's wearing. So it gives you an idea. Yeah. When you should see when I walk around, they bounce. Wing. That's what the characters do too, right? So, well, anyway, so my point is, we're gonna get the phones ready. Or not the phones. Let's get the panel going. We'll copy this link. Copy. Copy the link. Where are you, stupid cursor? Oh, there you are. All right. Copy the link. Okay. Pasty. And so. Okay, so to join our live panel. Okay. Let's see. Pop. Okay. Should have copied that link. Copy. Copy, 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 copy. Alright, so that was, yeah, that's pinned. So I can find it. So, we had a good show last night. It got a little funny, a little dicey in part of it, but not much. They're just, I think Ed kept it cool pretty well. I don't think he blew up as much as he could have. I think Blazing Leo did an admirable job keeping track of things. Make sure the show didn't get too crazy. Ed kept his temper in like simmer. Simmer, simmer, simmer. He didn't act like an angry orc. So, yeah. Anyway, so we did a lot of good things last night. We had a lot of good time on the show, and let's see if we can try to get some people on the morning panel or afternoon panel. I keep forgetting it's not morning. No, for me it's kind of morning. I went to sleep. It's a good thing we changed the show to 3 o'clock because you know why? I ended up going to sleep at 7 o'clock a.m. Because Ed kept talking to me, and like finally we tumbled into bed and said, I'm gonna get some sleep. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna get the sleep we need. And then we looked at the clock before I closed my eyes. It said 7 a.m. I said, oh my God, if it was a live show today, I would be dead on my feet. For sure. We know we changed it to 3 so I could sleep in and get a few hours of rest, which was good. So we are at 1,123 subs. And we are progressing very nicely on growth. It certainly is improvement. How you doing, Josephine? JoJo's here. The panel is open, by the way. If you want to join it, it's. Let me get that link so I can look. Okay, post it. Bang. There we go. It's not too late for you. It's 8 o'clock your time of your country right now. It's 8:12. That was one of the reasons I tried so hard to make sure that the afternoon show would not be too late for the people in the UK. Because I want you guys to be able to watch the show at a civil hour and not feel like you have to miss work and stuff like that. Well, that's the only person I want to sit up on the panel, but the other people who would like to come on the panel, like Griggy, are not here. I'm not sure when Griggy's coming on the panel. I don't know when Griggy's coming on the panel. Let me just test the sound to make sure it's working in the panel here. Yep, that works. Fantastic. No. I was hoping that Griggy, Blazing Leo, but she doesn't call herself Blazing Leo anymore, but I still call her Blazing Leo because I know where that's at. I know her real first name, but I'm not going to use her real first name on the show. Only because she did say I could, but I think that would just thoroughly confuse the living pee out of everybody. Does Oral like me now? I don't know. I got to run to shop first. You get up, Brad. Okay, she has to go shopping at 8 o'clock at night? Really? Wow. That's pretty late. Shops open in the UK at that time? Reminds me, I should check the blocked list. See who ended up on the blocked list from yesterday. Let's see. Let's see how our show's first doing. Come on. There you go. Alright, we're doing pretty good right now. Alright, so let's take a look and see who ended up on the naughty list. I didn't put anybody on the naughty list yesterday, but good. Excellent. Empty. Awesome. That's good. Nobody's on the naughty list. So no one's going to get a lump of coal in their stockings today, this on Christmas. That's just a good thing. Yeah. What's the deal? What do you mean by that? What's the deal? There is no deal. There's nothing, just to say good afternoon, everybody. For those of you in the afternoon areas. Good morning for those in the good morning areas. Good night for those in the good night areas. You know which time zones you're in. We know this show goes out across the galaxy. Although I'm sure Alpha Centauri won't hear the show until about 200 years later. But, oh, you mean with him? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, with the 3 p.m. stream, the 3 p.m. stream is because we realized that 10 a.m. was getting too hard to do the 10 a.m. shows because the fact that I wasn't getting to sleep until 6, 7 in the morning, and I still needed to sleep. And so, because Ed was pulling overnighters, and of course, I ended up being up too because he wanted to keep tucking my ears off. So I kind of went, all right, fine, fine. So we changed it to a 3 o'clock stream. It was something that we did talk about. So yeah. So the 3 o'clock, as far as phone calls, no, that's going to be on the Wednesday and Saturday night shows, pretty much. The Silvermoon radio show might do one this weekend, 7 o'clock. For those of you who are interested in the Silvermoon radio, it's a music program that runs for 5 hours of records. Lots and lots and lots of records. I didn't say talking my ears off. So now McKinley Crusoe tends to be happy with his ears too. I wonder what he's going to say when they managed to finally send him the new set of ears. I promised him and Middle Kitty 33 some new ears. I got to get them out. Yeah, it's a good show on Sundays, but you guys, most people don't seem to listen to it on the Discord. I didn't have it last weekend because there was no one here. I was like, on Discord, I said, yeah, screw this. New pirates. silver hoop earrings. Okay. Yes, it's tea today. Because there was no leftover coffee in the pot, so I made tea instead. Yeah. Right now, let's get a few records on the on his stack. He was trying to copy over to some store them on the DVDs. Because he doesn't have a CD recorder, he has a DVD recorder. And so he was like really, really kind of excited about having that. And he said to me, he said, the DVDs we had were old and they were starting to have problems with the dye layers and they weren't really burning well. And I said, you know what? The problem is, Ed, is these discs are over. Bought these discs in 2014 and they are shot. I told him, so that's the problem with DVDs. They don't have any permanence to them. I'm talking about the user recordable ones. They don't have any permanence to them. So when the layer surface underneath starts changing color, you can forget it. The laser is not going to be able to read those pits. And I said, so what we need to do is consider we're going to have to buy some new DVDs soon. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so I'm just going to say, oh, I know what those are, yeah. But you know what? Did you hear about the poor guys that get stuck with those things and then they can't get them off? And the next thing they know, what they have to do is they have to go down to the ER and get a doctor to use a grinding wheel to get it off, or use the jaws of life because they get stuck around there. Yeah, not exactly something to get stuck with. No, we're not doing phones right now. But I was working a little bit on my World of Warcraft book last night too, just a little bit. I wanted to have my character spend time with Valenia, and so I wanted to really kind of show the love and the physical passion between the two. But unfortunately, I didn't want the book to get so racy. The next thing you know, it's only suitable for adult audiences. And I'll say, oh man, how much can I show? No, I don't want to upset the average potential viewer. But then there's some viewers that like say, tell me more, I want to know all the stuff. Yeah, tell me more, I really haven't enough. Okay, fine. You want to know more? Well, I guess then we have to make a penthouse edition. In England, men used to go to ER with... Really? I can just see Ed getting crevice tools stuck on his. Hey, I got a crevice tool stuck on my... Yeah, okay. I bet some stupid men still do it too. Cock rings. Good God. I'm sure God would be saying, I didn't design your system to be used as an attachment. Why did you decide to plug things into it? I thought it was cool. God slaps says it. My God, I didn't design it like that. It's supposed to go into only one specific location. Gee, God, it's kind of nice when I can do things like that. Stupid human. No, really. I get it. I hear all about it, and some channels, some news stories come up every now and then of stupid men doing stupid things. That's so, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we get yelled at our side for that. No, I didn't. That's just as good. I knew that would tickle you. It's true, though. Yes, it's true. Did you hear about the guy who tried to massage his nuts with an industrial belt sander? Unfortunately, the belt sander grabbed his sack. Ouch! Ripped it off. Poor guy ended up with ER getting stitches in an unmentionable place. He lost one, but he got the other one still. Some guys are just so anxious to get that certain feeling, you know. Okay. Jeez. It's a true story, by the way. I read it in a medical from an ER story. From EMT had talked about it. It was like, oh my God. When we finally voted the other one sitting inside the machine. Oh, well, that's just nice. It's long gone. Oh. I can just imagine somebody coming into your wood shop. Well, I smell rotting meat. It's coming from the belt sander. Yeah, I decided to shave my steak. Whatever. Yeah. I don't think I've heard too many women doing anything similar. Although I'm supposed there are a few that probably tried something. Yeah, it's just weird, you know. So, yeah, so the book is coming along. I actually did make some emendations to the situation with the powerhouse in the story a little bit, because I loved the part of the story when I was talking about when they were using the mage design controls. Those are kind of fun. That's when, like, Michelle Marie shows her druidic nature, which is really me. I very much believe that a lot of inanimate objects have feelings in some sense, because, like, there's some days that this computer feels raring to go, and there are days when this computer just basically sits there like an old tired wannabe. I'm a 2009 Mac Pro. What do you want me to do? My joints hurt. My hard drives are sore. My RAM is not working, and I have to basically get started today. Couldn't you let me sleep another few hours? No, get up! I mean, the thing is I have to do this. I do this job every day. So come on the show, and it's like, it's kind of show where I got to sit there and, you know, it says to me, one thing about you can't not say about you is you're not lazy. You're dedicated to the show. You basically get out of bed, even when you're getting out at 10 in the morning. Beginning here at 10 in the morning most days, you know, like, oh, it's 8. Oh, gee, I just want to sleep at 3. Well, I gotta get up. I have to make money today. If we don't make money today, we don't eat next weekend. So, yeah, so we can get things done. Really, really true. That we have to I'm dedicated to this channel. I've been working on it for years. Come on. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. That's enough of you. Let me unhide you, sir. Let me put you on a timeout instead. I think that's better. So, that's better. Where's the mods? I don't know. I think they probably didn't get up yet. But, oh well. Like, for example, some of them are probably at work right now. Like, Noodles is here again. The only mod right now here is Nightbot. You know, but like I said, I do the show because I like doing the show. But I have to get up. When I was doing the 10 a.m., I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. And, like, I'd be like, oh, man, I want to sleep at 5. No. Let me sleep for another hour. Then I fall back asleep, and the next night was about 9:45. Like, oh, not again. I don't even have a chance to eat breakfast. I don't have a chance to make tea. I don't have a chance to do nothing. Now I have to run out and get the computer started. How you doing it? Triple X Sunday. I was sleeping. I went to bed like I did at 7 in the morning. Don't ask me why. You just tucked my ear off. That's why. So, I mean, I have empathy for my Mac. I understand it's a 2009, and of course it's, it's not a spring chicken anymore, and it's, as far as the computers go, but it still works, 16 gigabytes of RAM, about 3 terabytes of storage, and trust me, it's getting full. But it's been a steady, reliable machine, so I never had a problem with it. I wouldn't call it a party if you call talking a party. I haven't even said hi either. I'm sure some of them will show up. I'm sure Blazing Leo, come on. She don't call herself anymore that Blazing Leo, but we still respectfully call her that because that's her name anyway. It's easier to call her something I know and remember instead of constantly changing my name. Yeah, it's a good machine. I gotta get a video card with EFI boot ROM. So I was hoping to take my proceeds from the YouTube monetization program once I get paid and buy the video card with the EFI boot ROM. And I was going to get another ATI AMD video card, but they are gotten pretty pricey for the same video card that I have that has the EFI boot ROM. I'm using the generic PC version, which is fine once your system is set up and working. But if your system's not set up and working, all bets are off. You're not going to get anywhere. So, I see you, Triple X. I see you. Well, Nightbot is always here. Well, I already sent her an invite, so she already has the invite. It also has a pinned link above there as well. Okay. Well, anyway, so the thing I'm trying to say is that I can't afford an AMD ATI video card, even the older one. This is the same one I have, which is the PC version. But if I can get one that has the Mac EFI boot RAM for $200, that'd be nice to get the same card. However, I can get a GT640 with 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is still supported by Mac, Apple, with the EFI boot RAM. That's a single slot or a double slot. Pick your poison. I kind of like the single slot one because it's going to take less room. It's going to make less. It's going to use, give me room for another video card in its place. Cause whatever. So I worked on the book, and I think my mouse needs cleaning again. I think I got cat hair in here again. Yeah, a little bit. My trackball. Let's see. I know who he is on Discord. It's Hyundai. Triple X Hyundai is another person, but that's okay. So, speaking of Discord, let's see what's going on there. Nope, no messages on Discord. Well, who wants to, someday I'm gonna read my book some more to you guys. I guess that's almost as bad as a Vogon reading your poetry. Maybe. Except I don't make you basically squirm in a chair strapped in place while you basically have to listen to me basically emote some nasty words. I'm all female with tomboy tree climbing tendencies. Okay. So, one thing about using TextEdit to write a book is this. I don't see text editor for most everyday things, including the book, is okay, except it doesn't have the ability to break pages. It doesn't have the ability to start make good chapter headings at all. I can't add page numbers to the pages. But I know that OpenOffice can. And if I use something called Graph, oh God, Graph. The GNU runoff program text format using the dot codes. I haven't used that thing in ages. And now I'm including pictures in this book, so I don't think using Graph is going to do me any good, because unless there's a way you can insert actual graphics of actual images. Um, no. So Joey is not Dory. There's a big difference between the two. But back to the Mac. But Mac Pro I got. I mean, it's a good machine. It's the one with the 4-core Xenon processor, and on the single processor tray. But I was thinking about maybe upgrading the tray and either A, replace it with a dual 6-core tray, put in 54 gigabytes of RAM, but then again I realized it's, well, if 4-core is running fine for you for everyday work, I don't see why you need to go with 6, and I sure don't know why you need to go with 12. I mean, that's a lot of cores, you know. How you doing, Carolyn? So, yeah, it's just this afternoon I'm gonna play some World of Warcraft. I just realized I gotta go get another gallon of milk because my milk is almost gone, almost used up. No, I got that start dancing. That's not good for me. This can be expected. Okay, well, I guess that's good to hear. Lots of likes today. This is nice. Oh, hailing frequencies are open, Captain. If anybody wants to join, the links in the panel above. Yep. Just another Thursday. Yeah, we are going to play Madrid, but we also going to play Michelle Marie, too. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Many of the people probably at work still in the East Coast. Many people are probably getting done with the lunches on the West Coast. I don't know about the UK audience. Maybe a lot of them are watching TV. I don't know what they're watching, but I don't know much about it. What does it do? What's its special abilities? Something in diamonds, I heard, but I don't know much about it. Oh, is it azurite or is it earthite? Does it do anything magical? Yeah, I know. It was inside diamond. I know that. Earthite. I wouldn't be surprised if they call it terranite or earthite. Battle for Azeroth, Battle for Azurite, right? Yeah. Battle for Terra, Earthite. It makes excellent gunpowder. Davin Mayo Lights. Davin Malolite. I think they should just call it Territe. Something easy to remember. How am I supposed to pronounce that? Yeah. I guess the first guy who found it, his name was Dave. My name is Dave. This is my mineral. I found it. It's mine. I named it. Yeah. I suppose if I ever found a condition that a person is being born with elf ears, I probably would, well, especially these kind of elf ears, I probably would name them. I call it Cinderite ear condition. What's all the poor babies born when they go, Mama, what the hell is Cinderite? What is ear condition? Well, it's those pointy up here. Oh, these. Yeah, Ma, I kind of really didn't want these, but can I get plastic surgery and taken off to make it unique? I hope you hear better. They? Actually, I don't know about that. Maybe a little bit. All right, mister. You were warned once. Get out of here. Boom. There you go. One more time and you're out of here for good. You get it? Good. I'm glad you do. What is scientists have for the first time identified a never before seen mineral in diamond mine both from beneath the Earth's surface. The mineral is calcium silicate perovskite. It is found as a result of high pressure and temperature found in the lower mantle. This mineral has been named Davenmolite. Whatever. Okay, so what does it do? Does it have any special properties? Like, does it heal anybody? Does it help focus magic spells? Is it good for superconductors? What does it do? Good question. Bad answer. Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm gonna find the perfect material that does the perfect stuff. Oh. Yeah, I see it. Okay. I gotta fix my microphone clip here. Oh, it broke off, I think. No, it's still there. Oh, I see how it goes on. Okay, so let me fix my microphone here. Let's see. My microphone clip broke off. It's not broken. I know it's not broken, but it's not on the hook. Okay, now it's on the hook. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. Probably some sort of special elliptic crystal similar to quartz is used to ignite the flames of your lighter. Quartz is used in a lot of different things. It's used in certain types of microphones too. Yep, sure is. What are you looking at? Did I put this on right? I think so. Yeah. Alright. This is a good $100 microphone, but the problem is this lapel microphone is $100, and it's the clip on it is kind of, yeah. It's kind of neat shock. Hi Craig, how you doing? Hi Red Foreman, Michelle, good to see you. Just woke up. It'll be huge. All doing well. Yeah, we're doing fine. Doing fine. I got a question with this mount. Yeah. What would happen if... No, that's fine. That's what goes on. Just like that. So... You cheated. Yeah. So, what if I put it on wrong? It works, okay? It's not broken, thank God. It's just annoying. Sorry about the typo. Oh, let's get somebody on the panel here. Oh. Let's get somebody on here. Craig, since you're up now, you want to just quickly join me for a quickie? Yeah. So today, if you guys don't have anything planned, I want to cover something. I want to just tell you something. Something Joe Biden did that actually was good. You want to know what that is? He got Apple to change their mind on right to repair, which is a fantastic thing. Now Apple is going to start offering the ability for people to repair their own devices by making the parts available to them so they can fix their own stuff. Particularly if we're going to starting with the iPhones and then eventually the iPads and then go to the Macs themselves. Fantastic, Apple. Why did you be so afraid everybody was going to be a loss for you? Just give me about 15 minutes. I'm just eating something. My lunch, I just got up. Eating your breakfast. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's 3 o'clock, so you're eating dinner. Lunch and dinner combination. I eat lots of dinner. Oh. I sent Blazing Leo a copy of the newest book, by the way. So she has a copy of the book. So it's not finished yet, but oh well, it's ready. I think you should still split this thing like this. Like this? Yeah. Okay, because that's the way it goes on anyway. Yeah. Except I like the way I had it before. It's not right though. Screw if it's right. Well, it's your choice. Alright, fine. Boom. Put it back on the other way we had it. Gotta get some more of these lapel microphones there. They're $100 a piece, but they're good for what they do. That they clip on your clothes, and then you can hear me in whatever room I'm in, or wherever I am sitting here, you hear. If I'm over here, if I'm over here, and of course this microphone is my main center mic, picks me up. But the lapel microphone does a nice job. No, it's not. It's one we've had for about 4 years. It don't wear much, but it is winter, so you'll see it more in the winter months because it's cooler or it's warmer than the winter other dresses I have. How you doing, Stan? I never gave you a wrench, did I? No, you never gave him a wrench. I want to cover something real quick. Last night, Stan talked about with his eyesight. He said that his eyes are starting to go bad. And I can just tell you right now that I had to come up with solutions to work with me with my eyes to do YouTube. And so if you really love what you're doing, you're going to find ways to make it happen where you can continue to do what you love, despite your progressively your eyes going bad. It's not only his eyes going bad, a part of the aging process. But people are adaptable. They can adjust. They can make changes. No, because you seem weird a lot on this channel. I know when I bought it, which was about 2018. You can't believe we had it that long. Yeah, well, the only thing is the I want to get some more clothes too. I gotta get some better dresses like this one. This is a nice dress. I should have bought the white one when they were selling the dress. I can't find it now, but see you warmest, nice. Yeah, Craig. Like Stan pointed out last night that his eyesight is starting to fail to him. But I think it just said, you can make adjustments. You can do that. I've done it. Now, the dress I wore yesterday was the black one. This is the other dress. It's warm. Don't be complaining. The heat's on, yes, but it's warm. It's a nice toasty dress. It's nice and comfy. Yeah. Or wear what you want, right? How many people walk around with the same clothes during the winter time in their homes? I'm not going anywhere. I gotta finish washing socks, and I gotta wash underwears, and I gotta get that done this weekend. Sorry. That's my breakfast talk. I don't know, Stan, do you wear glasses? I mean, what's causing your eyesight to fail? Is it cataracts? Is it retinitis pigmentosa? Is it macular degeneration? If you're not sure, I would just ask your ophthalmologist if you can check it out and see if it's something that could be treated. Unless you have lateral nystagmus, if it's a cataract, it can usually be fixed. But if you got lateral nystagmus, forget it. You're not gonna. Most ophthalmologists, especially if it's really severe nystagmus like I got, they ain't gonna touch it. The reason I mentioned that I had very poor sight and had laser surgery, and now I just wear regular glasses and dark glasses. I can see a lot better. See, you wear sunglasses at night. Glaucoma. Oh, I forgot one. Okay. Stable now with eye drop medication. Well, that's a start. I had cataract in my right eye. I have a little bit of a cataract in my left, but with the cancer eye drops, it keeps my cataracts at bay too. I'm not exactly sure exactly how the pressure of the eye changes things. What glaucoma is pressure in the eye. But I don't have glaucoma, thank God. I don't have retinitis pigmentosa. I don't have macular degeneration or detached retinas. I just got the problem of cataract in my right eye, which makes my right eye just about useless, even with my eyeglasses on. My eyeglasses on. Depending on the writing, I can read it close up like this. It's a bit better than it used to be because the eye drops, but it's still not exactly stellar. So my right eye is being used more for reading close up, and my left eye is used for more distant stuff. It's as I said, I adapted my setup to work best for my vision, which is some people probably would find this setup very frustrating, but for me it works. %60 gone. Right eye is 35% gone. Sorry about that. I don't know what my percentage my loss in my right eye is, but it's quite a bit. I know that. I think my right eye, for a while, my cataract basically made me useless. My right eye was virtually nothing at all. Just barely light perception. Now, the cancer eye drops help reverse some of that, but because there's so much cataract, it just takes too much work to get it all out of there. Yeah. I know that one thing about my right eye is, it is starting to get with the eye drops are starting to slowly eat away at the cataract, but it's not perfect. 2,800 in the right eye, 2,400 in the left. So, and that's without the glasses. With the glasses, the left eye is like 2,200 and the right eye is like 2,400. It's the best they could do. So, yes, I register with the Connecticut Board of Education Services for the Blind. So, yes. But, they haven't done me a damn bit of good since I graduated from high school and college. They haven't done me much good at all. But this is even more funny. Here you have this registered blind person playing World of Warcraft and basically beating the living daylights out of monsters and mobs. Trying to keep my eyes, no pun intended, open to look for nasty mobs trying to get me in the back. I get pretty good at finding them, killing them. But sometimes trying to find things in the game, like treasures and boxes and coins or whatever, isn't always good. Easy. No, I don't. But if you want to explain it to me. So, point I'm trying to point these guys is this. Number one, despite the fact that you have vision problems, you can adapt. It just makes the world a lot more challenging, but you can overcome it. Wrong chat. What's wrong chat? Oh, you're watching multiple chats at once? I've never been able to figure out how to do that. No, I never can figure out how people do that. It's interesting how sure, actually, what's so interesting about it? It's like, I'm looking at this microphone. I spent $100 on this brand new a couple years ago. And, like I said earlier, it's a good microphone. There's an option for laser. There's an option for it. I drive all over the state to attend legal hearings. Once I'm deemed unable to drive, I'll probably just file for SSDI. Hope I can keep working 10 more years. Yeah, you should. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But maybe it might be, like you said, 10 more years. Oh my God, by that time self-driving cars will be something everybody's going to have in their driveway. Click the three dots in the top right corner of the chat and click pop out chat. Oh yeah, I've done that. And do you think I get the chat on the side here? Let's show you something, so you guys understand how I do set this up here. Let's just show you the easiest way. Easiest way. Let's show you this chat feature. I'm going to go to scene 2. Oh, yeah. Just turn this USB cam off right now. Excuse me. Breakfast again. I'm going to turn on. I'm going to capture the screen. Display capture. Alright, so just hit AUK. I don't usually do display capture, but the hell with it, I'll show it to you anyway. It's great for tutorials anyway. Here we have the setup we use. Okay, we have over here is the chat, Google Meets, all the way over here in the corner. Then we have the chat screen that you're talking right over here in the center, and then over here is the other software that lets us OBS that does the streaming. Now, that's part of my way of doing it, but that's not the only tool I use. The other tool I use is to... Okay, now I can turn off display capture. Okay, I'll turn back on window capture. Table camera. Turn on YouTube donations, and then, of course... So now, next thing we use is the trackball. The trackball is good because unlike the other Kansas setup, as I'll show you here, I've said it many times, I'm actually pretty proud of my old ancient trackball because it still works from Mac. It's got bought this brand new second from the Salvation Army in the 90s. This is a trackball. It's USB based, and it moves around the screen. This is the tracker. There's a scroll wheel up here on the top. There's the very far left option button 1, option button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5. So it gives me a lot of buttons to access to control the trackball and the pointers, and that's what we do to keep a track of everything. I also have my screen set up that when I get a mouse off the screen, it flashes the screen to let me know that I run into a corner. And that way I can come back in and I can just, here we go, boom. And I also have the cursor made larger so I can track it better. As Ed read, I don't think so. He's not much into reading. I don't think he's into reading. I never seen him read much. What, Red? I hear you. I see you. I don't know about bedtime story, but speaking of story, we got a story. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, we printed the other story up, so why don't we... I didn't print it long, but I made it bigger. You got the story out of the more chapters, huh? Yeah. Well, we remember that. You sent a copy of it to Blazing Leo, and now... Documents. There you go. Let's see. The Clothless. Trip to Silvermoon by Amtrak. That's a working title. I wonder if I should change the name of it. So where did we leave off last time? I don't know. You tell me. I don't remember. Oh. Alright, so I'll make it bigger. Make it bigger, dude. All right. Okay, so let's cover some of this. Let's cover for further past to the point of the training in the story. Yeah, let's do that. Let's cover some of the story. So, scene 3, window capture. Change it to point to the preview. Okay, there's 36 pages to the book. And so I'm going to turn on the webcam so you can see me at the desk as I'm reading it. So that way you can you use the USB webcam instead? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Let me go in. I'm going to add the other camera. Media source. Let's see. Video capture device. I've already got one set up, so I don't have to change that. Just change it to adding existing device. Table USB cam. Hit AUK. Oh, I'm going to have to shrink that down a lot. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Slide this down over here in the corner. Okay, fine. All right, so we're going to read some of this. We're going to continue on. Unfortunately, I don't have chapters in this stupid thing. So I'm going to have to figure out where we can get right to the meat and potatoes. So let's see if I can scroll this thing down to... I think the last time I covered it, we were talking about... Okay, here we go. All right. Let me state one misnomer. Her little apartment was not so little by human standards. I don't know the square footage, but it was clearly spacious. It had a large round bed, dresser, a few tables, chairs, and a galley kitchen with a propane-fired kitchen stove, sink, and small refrigerator. Most of her lighting was electric, but there was 2 propane fixtures in the dining area, along with a basic electric chandelier. She had a full bath with a tub, shower, sink, toilet. Her combined living bedroom had a radio, an Apple iMac, mini computer, and yes, a television. There was no TV stations in Silvermoon, so she used it to watch YouTube and internet TV channels. I was impressed with what she had. how much do you pay for the internet here? She smiled. I pay under $10 US a month. It isn't the fastest internet, as internet comes from the United States via a micro portal where the internet cable passes through, basically about a 100 megabit per second service feeding all of the city. With over 100 customers, I get about 1 megabit of service on average. I heard there was plans to install fiber optic cables to increase the data rate to 10 gigabits per second. However, that has not yet been implemented and was to have been done about 2 years ago. No one knows why it was never upgraded. She made dinner for us before we walked to the Cinderella Medical Clinic. It was traditional Cinderella manna worm with lynx meat with some local vegetables. The manna worm was baked and breaded with ale and breadcrumbs and baked for an hour. A manna worm is a floating eel-like creature that has been part of the Cinderella diet for over 10,000 years. It tasted okay. Its texture was tough to chew. Quickly we cleaned up and walked out. Shepherd's Gate to a building that was just outside the city. It was a traditional Cinderella structure with updates to make it into a modern medical clinic. Here both traditional Cinderella and American-style medicine are used together. Michele welcomed us into a modern examination room. She was joined by an American orthopedic surgeon. Both examined the knees and talked among themselves in Thalassian. She shrugged as she turned back to us. It isn't going to be an easy fix. However, we've seen worse cases. She flipped out her tablet, looked at my medical chart. I gave them access to my medical file. The doctors in Torrington wanted to do a full knee reconstruction. Good news is we don't have to do all that. If we bring the kneecap back down to the break and fuse the two sections, that would be a fantastic start. Rebuilding tendons takes a while, and unless you're going to be in Silvermoon for a few weeks, that's something we can do. We can fix a kneecap right now. By traditional Cinderella methods, you can be home or at Volenius in about 2 hours resting up. If we do it by American medicine, you would be home in about 4 hours and stuck in Volenius for over a month. I nodded. Just had to ask the so famous question, how much is either option? Can I get Cinderella ears too? I like the ears. Michele sighed. It's free. Our medical services are paid by our taxes. We do accept donations. We do ear crafting. Doing both processes together could save you time, but would be painful. We're working on a new technique of redesigning your DNA via CRISPR techniques to have your own body make the ears. It's really slow though, similar to how we could rebuild tendons. The average ear growth takes about 4 weeks, but then the results are clearly your own based on your own DNA. You also can do it via plastic surgery, but we strongly don't recommend it. You don't have enough skin to make it practical. We would have to cut flesh out of your body and shape it. I can give you a medical visa to stay in Silvermoon for a few months while we treat you. It's all up to you. Could we go back to my apartment in Winstead and teleport here as needed? I have a cat and responsibilities. She shrugged. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you stay in Silvermoon. Trust me, this is going to be a tough time and you don't need to worry about commuting back and forth. I don't see anything in your file about the ability to do portals, which means you would still need Valenia to assist you. Valenia nodded. I can teach you portals. I can help you with your ice mage skills. I agree, it would be prudent to stay here and get healed. If you want, I can get your cat and bring him back here. I just need your address, or I could go back every so often to feed your cat. I kept thinking of my ex-girlfriend, Patty, and how that went over. I didn't sense the same thing with Melania, though. This woman was doing her best to be a supportive person. Lomi was grumbling in the background of my mind. She just wanted to be sure it would not be the same disaster. However, Lumi gave it some thought and said, it's a better deal. You get free care, and Valenia is not a slug like Patty. I can see that she has real genuine As a real genuine heart. I agreed to both the CRISPR and on the ears and the natural techniques on the kneecap. We threw CRISPR in for tendon regeneration since it didn't affect me too much. The tendons would just grow where the broken ones were. I don't know how it was done other than Bakila knocked me out cold with a spell and I woke up in Valenia's bed. I had lots of questions. I had lots of ouchies. No casts, no stitches, but oh boy, I hurt at the knee and around the ears. Valenia looked at me. This would be a great time to prove your ice ability. We need a compress. She quickly made some ice and placed it on my sore knee. I noticed my kneecap was back in the right place. Rusty was transported over and laid on the foot of the bed with Valenia's 2 female cats laying next to him. Clearly, he was having a good time here. We took turns making ice. I got my skills up. However, she was still better at it. It takes time, trust me. She said as she made a few more small blocks. You're doing better. I could do some walking to the bathroom with my walker and going slow. It was better than it was last time I broke my damn knee. I could stand properly now, but still have limited mobility. Valenia nodded. That will improve with time. We both watched some of my older live streams. She nodded. You can do them here. Although with our data rate, it might be more difficult to get a great picture out. Doing your video logs or vlogs, as you call them, would be much easier. Let's just say it was a fun few weeks. My ears did grow out to be very nicely shaped and looked good. My knee grew back to the tendons and I was walking around with no problems. Now the question is, do I leave or stay? Now, that's a good question. Do you leave or do you stay? Let's see what you think. Let's talk about that. Now, for those of you who don't know the story, and I got a feeling a lot of you don't, what should you do? Well, I can tell you what she does in the book, but let's see how you would feel. If you had a woman that obviously has found an attraction to you, and you obviously find her attracting, and she offers you to stay at her house while you recover, do you stay or leave? Okay, I think this was ghostwriting by A.J. Vega. No, I don't think so, but I didn't actually want a bit. Well, actually, it's only a piece of the story. At least I skipped. It's 30. It's a 30. Oh, it's a lot of pages. It's not too bad. So it's I realized I need to break it up by chapters. The only thing is I noticed that the text edit doesn't have a break page command to break it into pages. So even though I supposedly enabled break page, it doesn't seem to do a break page. Well, right now I'm just reading part of it, how me and Valenia started spending our time together. Later on, as we progress on, the story of Valenia and my character actually become girlfriend and girlfriend, and it slowly works out, to something much more serious. Because when you get to near the where I left off, which is when after Michelle came back from doing her tour of duty as a mage, warrior, and druid. That's right, she's all three. She actually spends 2 weeks at home with Valenia, shagging in the sheets, watching TV, eating good food every night. Eating more than just food, mind you. But let's see. What page number are we on now? Well, I can tell you, kids. This is on page 10. Holy crap! You got a long ways to go, guys. I always kept getting parts of the book part where we get to the railroad, but never really changed to finish much past that. But I am going to read a little bit more, just a little more, so we can finish this, at least finish this page. It's only halfway finished anyway. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. Let's go back and finish the last of this section here. Okay, so there really was nothing for me to stay in Winsted. Oh, it's okay. 5 weeks ago, I came to do a review of the Amtrak Railway, and like so much of my life, got sidelined into something more. I liked this community, and I really wanted to become a citizen of it. The medical visa was going to lapse in 2 months, and I knew I would have to apply for a standard working visa or take the train home. There really was nothing in Winsted for me to stay in Winsted. I found a better home with a nice woman who made me a happy person. There was work here for me in technical writing and consultation, whereas in Winsted all I had was my YouTube channel and my disability income. The Cinderai don't have disability income, or so I thought. For those that could not learn magic or sorcery, they are considered disabled. I was a sorceress with a growing skill set. I could also stay with an educational visa, which means I would have to go to Sunstrider Isle and take the courses of mages required to do. That could take 10 years. I am 53 years old, human female, which means I would be 63 when I'm fully certified. Valenia explained that if I did stay there, I would age slower. The slowing aging affects everything. Even Rusty was looking younger. I knew my publisher was chomping at the bit for the finished review. I wrote it and sent it along. Now I am free to talk about the other things that piqued my curiosity. Let's start with the fact that Michele could see I had 2 souls. While she did not talk to Valenia and Lumi, and I spent many nights in chat. Valenia confirmed that Michele could see the 2 souls, but didn't bring it up for several reasons. The first is that some people with 2 souls don't want to think they have 2 souls. Blame it on the modern psychiatric profession and the limited understanding of people with 2 souls. So many see it as abnormal. To be honest, for me, having Lumi in my life is just as normal as breathing. Let's see. If I only was a single soul, my life would be truly lonely. Another reason is how do you explain how it works? You and your second soul partner work together. It isn't like competition where one boots out the other one and seizes control. That, unfortunately, isn't very good for either one. It totally disrupts one's life. Again, the doctors would call this dissociative identity disorder. And if you can guess, it isn't a good thing. Another thing that puzzles me is the fact that Silvermoon, I am becoming more youthful and full of energy. Nothing wrong with that. Many 53-year-old people wish that they can be about active as a teenager. A Cinderai at 53 is a teenager. At best, I can guess they would be about 18 years old in human age scale. That's a scary thought. Would I have to go through puberty all over again? What about Rusty? How does this affect him? He's 17 years old. For the story, I aged the cat. Okay, so he's actually made a little older to make the work of the story. So that's why. So he's actually about 10. But he acts like a 5-year-old cat. What if I brought Valenia to the U.S. as my partner? Would she die of old age? As far as I can see it, she is 140 years old. So let's do the maths. She looks and acts like she's 35 years old, human aging. I would not mind looking and acting like a 35-year-old. I don't know if there's a way to set an age limit. I will need to research that. The Cinderai have been training human mages to do portals. I don't think they give them full mage training. A Cinderai mage training is much more thorough. The mage training on Sunstrider Isle is more of offensive and defensive skills training. Azeroth is a dangerous place, and there isn't police everywhere, or the ability to call for emergency services. You needed to fight or you were dead. Millennia has shared some of the Frost Mage training to make frostbolts for both offensive and defensive use. This is not even part of the human mage skill set. I wanted to learn more about this, which means either go to the Sunstar Owl's equivalent 18-year-old, or go back to school at the required apprenticeship, which I actually would enjoy, or go to Earth and hire a certified Cinderai while coping with a 53-year-old human aches and pains. How many get to have a second teenage experience? I'm so tempted to do this, yet there is another annoying issue. I am the North American snow crane. I need to be in the U.S. during December through March. If I did the full Cinderai training as a mage, I would not have the time to return to do my work. That would mean I'd have to give the throne to another person. I never did find a substitute, so I'd be basically out of a job as I would have to abdicate my throne. I busted my tail for the job since 2011, and I like my work. Lumi agreed. There was a real pickle of a dilemma. I needed to find the answers fast, as I only had 2 months left of my medical visa. I needed to talk to Michele. She was the one healer I knew that spoke English fluently. I didn't know her cell phone number, and my phone doesn't have a roaming agreement with T-Mobile Silvermoon, as it was useless. I walked to her home at the inn where she lived in with her wife Jovia. I walked to the inn and asked to speak to Michele. Jovia, pretty brown-haired, older Cinderai of about 170, told me she was in the United States for the week. She said she might be able to answer some of my questions, as she was a holy priest in her youth. Glad to have at least someone that can give some answers. I asked her about the aging issue. She looked at me with surprise. You don't know? All of us benefit from the sunwell. The sunwell is what keeps us healthy and young, she said in accented English. Ever eat mana worm or drink our local water? That is infused with the energy of the sunwell. If we carry mana crystals, we can keep some of the crystal energy with us as we travel. You can make a necklace of mana crystals, like the amulet you already wear. You could even put a crystal in the hole in the center. It would look absolutely stunning. Let me get some crystals for you and see what we can create. She ran upstairs and came back with 10 minutes later with 3 glowing orbs. They were almost all the same size. One of them was a little smaller and did fit the hole, my amulet center hole, with a snug fit. Needs some adhesive to stay in place. I do have some compatible adhesive. She showed me the 2-part clear epoxy. I train as a jewelry crafter, so I have the skills to properly make this stay securely. Ideally, we need a setting. Unfortunately, your amulet lacks that, unless we want to weld a setting on, which would clearly destroy its original beauty. We will have to make deal with clear epoxy. I thanked her for her help as I wanted to know if there was a way to prevent getting too young. She shook her head. Not really. Why would you want to give up an opportunity to start a new youth? You can still be with Valenia. No one would give a damn. Go to Sunstrider Isle. Take the advantage of this time to do your full training and apprenticeship. As for your existing job, just ask your mother goddess to find a substitute, or let Magistra Arona know that you need 3 months off from training each year. I'm sure she would be willing to work within your schedule. 9 months in training and 3 months off is really not that big of a deal. Valenia was in the U.S. for the month. I had the whole apartment to myself. Now, we're going to get that next part is going to be covering how she, on page 12, covers how she manages to go up to talk to Magistra Arona at Sunstrider Isle to set up her range for her training. And that is when she learns out that she has qualifications that make her ideal for 3 classifications at the same time: warrior, mage, and druid. So there has not been a druid among the Cinderai for over 10,000 years, and so she would be one of the first druids ever. Suffering, squirming, dead. Leo, I'm gonna. How you doing? Oh, well, the panel. I didn't even check the panel yet. Let's get the panel on the screen. Let's do that. She's already there. Alright. Oh, it's Paul. No, it's not.
I'm drinking tea.
Get out of here. Alright, so it's a good story. It's just we need to work on it some more. And we are still writing it a little each day. Yes. I know. Oh man, let me. Oh, she's not here right now. She was on here earlier. Yeah. Oh, okay. She changed her name again this way. Oh, okay, that's Paul. No, it's the same guy, Michelle. It's not Paul. Let him sit then. Okay, let him sit. Bang. Alright, here we go. I'm not dealing with that guy. I don't have to let people just walk in the door. So, anyway. Good story so far. This is alright. Who is it? I don't think that's. No, I don't think that's the right one. It's the same letter B on the name. Yeah. So. There's a fake Blazing Leo trying to come on here now. Yeah. Yeah, you know it's a fake. Alright, well now there's two people here. Alright, so let's view all. And let's answer the one I do admit I know. Good morning. Or afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, well, you want to deal with the other one that's trying to claim they're you?
Do I want to deal with them? No. Not if they're using my name.
Yeah. So anyway, I read some of the book. There were 2 pages of it. I don't know what you thought of it.
Yeah, well, I told you to stop because, I'm completely lost. And your story, I have to start from the beginning.
Well, that's why I sent you a copy of the full book so you could read it when you get a chance. Now this person's claiming to be Red Foreman.
I can guarantee it's not red.
Hold on a minute. Behave.
Drinking pee. I'm
on here. Okay. So anyway, when you read the story from the order, the PDFs are presented to help you understand better.
Yeah. I just got to get a minute to sit down and read it. I'm just busy
It's
these
going to take
days.
more like half an hour to actually go through it and really digest it. It's not something you can read in a minute. I mean, well, maybe the radio script you could, which is Coastless times 1, you could probably read in about 10 minutes. But the newspaper article, you probably could read in about 5 minutes. But the book itself is about 36 pages, so that's going to take a little more longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once you read that information together, you kind of get a better idea how it all goes together. That's why I tell people to read it in order.
Right. And you sent it to me in order, right?
I sent them all to you in order, right?
Okay.
I made sure, my best I could make sure they were in order, so you just basically go from the top to the bottom.
All right. I'll try to dive into it tonight. I don't got anything planned, so.
I'm going to get some World of Warcraft in a little later on today. Because I got to work on my druid, and I got to work on my, also I got to work on my character, Michelle Marie, on the Alliance side. And I might have to cull a few characters because I think we got to win too many characters in the game right now. It's too bad you're playing the druid on the PTR. No, it's not too bad. They have plenty of room on the server. Oh, so.
What'd you have? Did you go to the soup kitchen today?
No, I didn't go to the soup kitchen today.
What'd you have to eat today?
Nothing yet, except 2 bowls of Cheerios, honey nut Cheerios.
I like honey nut Cheerios. Red said the focus on druids.
Yeah, I'm going to focus on my druid because I need to, that's why I'm playing it on the PTR right now, is because besides I have plenty of room for extra characters on the PTR, the fact is that she's leveling up nicely, that's for sure.
What level are you?
Even though it's a different version of World of Warcraft. But the point is that you're seeing me playing a character that's a class I've never played before. New. That's one of the reasons why I'm playing it on the air, is so people can see the excitement of a feeling as I'm going through. And now we got cat form and bear form, and I'm able to really seriously rip the stuffing out of my enemies. I got claws, I got teeth, I got, and I'm in cat and bear form. And if you read the book, you'll understand why the druid is going to be a real change for the Cinderai, because the Cinderai haven't had druids since they left the original, when originally were the Blood Elves, or before the Blood Elves became the Highborn from ancient history. You're going to keep it simple. Just say that their ancestors had druids, but they don't. And so they haven't had a druid in over 10,000 years. So my character would be the first druid they've had in over 10,000 years.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I was up late last night.
So was I. That's why I went to sleep at 7 o'clock this morning.
I wasn't up that late.
Ed kept talking. He wanted to talk
about the
making. Political situation going on with the U.S. right now, which is a really walking mess.
Yeah. Well, I was seeing that Skynet was putting in your Discord about the trial and everything.
Yeah. No, the character looks more like a jaguar. Big, dark gray black cat. Same with the bear. Looks like a black bear. And of course, my character in the World of Warcraft, per the Druid training, is a Tauren. In other words, I look like a big giant cow. They don't have, as I said, they don't have Blood Elf training for being a druid. So I figured it helps me with the books to actually start playing a druid, so I understand what does a druid do, instead of just making up something and saying, oh, this is what a druid is. It's very different than a human druid. Human druids don't change form, by the way. They just are very close to nature, which I already am anyway, because of my faith system.
How long you been playing World of Warcraft? How many years?
I started in 2018.
Okay.
Is that right?
And what level are you?
My main character, Michaela, is like level 53, 54.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty up there, high up there. In the story, she becomes kind of like the Regent's General, kind of replacing Sylvanas Windrunner. And I don't want to spoil the story, but just accept this. There's no love between those two. I mean, Sylvanas Windrunner hates Michaela, and Michaela hates Sylvanas Windrunner.
Mm-hmm.
So
I play PlayStation games. I'm playing Fallout 76, which is about like a nuclear war that went on.
Yeah, I figured
and
that.
Now it's, yeah. I'm leveling up pretty quick. I play it a couple hours every day.
I don't get a chance to play every day, but I try to get some in. Now that winter's coming, it's going to be a little more time to do it. And even though some people may not, even though some may not say it, they do like watching the gameplay. I know Red watches it. So we'll just play this another stream after this stream, and then work our way up a bit as a druid, and then we'll also play Michelle Marie, who does some major dungeons all by herself, pretty much. Unless I can get Salty Shanker, aka Vafer, to come on, where Vanya could teach him some more of the old, World of Warcraft Burning Crusade Classic.
Yeah.
So
what do you do on that game, Michelle? I mean, do you go on like missions or?
Yeah.
Like what do you do?
We go missions and
like
quests.
what would be a typical mission on that game? Like what would you have to
usually
do?
You gotta find, like, okay, for example, Michaela went through this one where she has to find missing scrolls, jewels, special gems, books, whatever, and places that are like, surrounded by enemies, as we call them, Charlie, and they're always there, so she's always going out there and basically has to fight to get the books and stuff that she needs to bring back to the person that needs them. In the starting zone in the Blood Elves, there's a simple, little similar type of mission for starting zone, which is where you gotta get a sorcerer's spell book and some of his other things he left behind at different places. You gotta grab those. It's a simple starting mission. Once you play it enough times, you get pretty good at it. That's like,
yeah.
It
always looked interesting to me, but you can only play it on like your computer, right?
Right. It's not on.
I've never had a computer that would
be
able to sustain that type of game.
But Elder Scrolls Online, I also play too. It does something similar, and supposedly works on PlayStations.
Well, I know what Elder Scroll is. I think you can get that, on a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I think we had it for a little while.
Yeah, so you can get it on Steam, because that's where I got it. So I downloaded the copy from Steam.
Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that.
Yeah, well, I also want to buy the game called Derail Valley, too.
Is that a train game?
Yeah. But first thing I'm going to do is, once we get the money on the 22nd, 21st, 22nd, is I want to immediately shovel it all into, I was going to shovel it all into my credit card. But then again, I wanted to get the video card. I kept talking about this card. I could get a good card for about, let's say about $116, which is an NVIDIA GT640 with a MacBoot EFI ROM. It's not the best card. It's not the same as my ATI video card. I don't know how many frames per second I'm going to get on that. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it works with High Sierra. It works with Mojave. But I kind of really would like to have gotten the ETI cards, but they're like $300, and I don't quite have that. I need to get a lot of donations to get that. But we'll have to see what happens.
Can you buy a used one or something?
Yeah, that's what cheaper? I do. I buy used cards. I don't buy all.
Oh, okay.
I don't buy new ones. I buy used ones. I mean, I can buy a generic card that doesn't have the EFI boot ROM. But the problem is with that is there are certain features in Mac that really needs the boot ROM to really work well. One of them is when you allow you to change operating systems on the fly. I can't do that when this card doesn't have that. This is a generic PC card that's in here. And as long as your operating system is pre-configured and everything, usually 99% of the time you're not going to have a problem in High Sierra with it. But if you are going to use that, so that's the reason why I kind of really not sure what I'm going to do. Also, the NVIDIA card, Apple doesn't like NVIDIA, and NVIDIA doesn't like Apples anymore, so I don't know if I buy that card, how many nights of the week I'm going to be ripping my hair out of my head trying to go, Why doesn't this driver load? Why doesn't this driver load? Oh, it's because you're not using Apple Mac driver, Ramalama Lama Ding Dong, all that kind of crap. I'm like, I don't need this. So, sure, it would be good for setting up because it's got the EFI boot run, but for everyday use, I don't know. I mean, this card you have now has 3 gigabytes of video RAM in it, which is great because, it plays fast. It's not the very newest card, but again, I got to go with what I can afford. But I don't want to throw out that. I don't want to throw all that throwing money into a piece of garbage. See, Ed was talking about this last night by himself. He was saying, "Well, I'm gonna buy a brand new boombox," and he showed me this boombox. It looks okay, and I said to him, "Well, first of all, $119 from Stoneberry." I said, Ed, I think that's a bit much right now. Because he sometimes is very impulsive. Oh, I have to have this so I can record my records into MP3s or onto cassettes. I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. But why don't you look for a second-hand cassette deck? You'll need a boombox. A good second-hand cassette deck that's, maybe had new belts put on it, ready to go with Dolby noise reduction, auto stop, blank skip, automatic music shuttle. That'd be more what you want. So I think he's kind of sitting there going, I don't know. I kind of wanted to do it now. I said, well, that's the problem with the Taurus mindset is you guys are impulsive when it comes to things. I said, I'm trying to help you out by helping you to avoid making mistakes you can't afford. You can't afford to take on another expense. Another monthly payment. You can't do that. You don't have the funds right now.
Right.
So, yeah. So, he kind of agrees with me. He said, but I'm trying to get my credit good. I said, yeah, I understand you're trying to get your credit good, but basically shooting yourself in the foot isn't the way to do it. That's why I said to him, just wait a bit. Wait a bit. We can get this. But I bet you could probably find the same brand new boombox on eBay for less. If you really got your heart set on that boombox, they have them for less money. All you have to do is just buy it, save money and look for the ones that are on eBay that cost less money. They're still new. They're the same model. Because what Stoneberry's doing is, in order to offer you starting credit, is that one, they're going to charge you markup. It's just like Rent-A-Center or any rent-to-own place. You're not going to get away. It's not going to be cheap. They have to make a profit somewhere. So there's markup. And he says, oh, I mistakenly thought it was Stoneberry I had 150. It's Fingerhut. Aha. There we go. Fingerhut also is the same thing.
Oh, Fingerhut is horrible.
Yeah.
I throw those magazines away right away.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff looks okay.
No, the product is good. It's just, you're in it forever. They charge you so much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a whole year to pay for an item. Yeah.
Yeah, and you pay like 5 times the amount. I'm like, nope, sorry, I'll wait.
Well, exactly.
I don't need it that bad.
That's exactly how they make their money. And remember, I was a business major as well, so I know business.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. In fact, the guy I talked about language job at Rent-A-Center, and of course he said, "You understand how it works?" And I told him exactly how the company works, and the guy was like, "Holy crap!" I said, "There's nothing wrong with it, though. You gotta make that extra profit to pay for your bills. That's fine." But I said, I could certainly do this job. Getting people signed up for this program, yeah, I could do that. But I don't really know if I'm ready to do it, though. I turned it down. I was going to do it. It'd be kind of fun. But then again, I'm going to sit there and listening to some people give me a sob story. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't pay it because my mother needs her medication. Well, I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, sometimes it's a true story. Sometimes it's a BS story. So, I mean, I suppose if that person was like Ed and he said to me, oh, I can't pay the bill this month because I got to pay for my car insurance. Then why don't you sign up for a program when the car insurance is going to be a regular monthly expense? Oh, I don't know the payments for this much. You're renting a washing machine for $50 a month, or actually more like $25 a week, and you didn't plan ahead knowing that your car insurance is a fixed payment? I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take that washing machine back. Because you know why? Because I hate to say it. You're going to have to go to the laundromat. Because we can't. You've fallen behind. You failed the agreement. I said you would pay $25 a week or $100 a month, and you're not paying that. Or $50 a month. So say like $20 a week, or say $50 a month. You failed it. You knew you was going to be paying $50 a month, but I'm sorry, a men are going to come by and pick up your washing machine. That's it. You're done. There's nothing more I can do about it. And that's probably what I would say. And of course, knowing the guy would probably hit me and say, "You want to talk to your manager?" Fine. Of course, if my manager probably would agree with me. He or she would probably say, "No, Michelle's right. You knew the terms when you signed the contract. Because, come on, these companies got to make money somewhere. And what happens to all you ever wonder, do they ever actually always get new washing machines in? No. Actually, they probably have, a lot of them are probably returns that they just rent out to finally sell it, Which is fine. I don't see a problem with that. Oh, by the way, here's some good news that Biden did that no one talks about. This good news, although both Fox News and Louis Russman covered this. He has encouraged Apple to do right to repair, so that you can repair your iPhone 13 and iPhone 12s, and they're going to extend the service to other devices. That is, they're going to make it possible for you to buy the parts you need from the Apple's website to fix your own stuff.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
That's
Apple. Finally, you did something I agree with. Okay, Biden, you did something right for once. Thank you. Okay, that means if you break your iPhone screen, you don't have to worry about bringing it to Apple. Once everything's implemented, you can just buy the screen and put it on yourself. Well, obviously, it will come with instructions. Of course, it may require some skills, but hey, it's right to repair. It's also right to break. So if you don't know how to put the screen on, well, that's your problem. That's the reality of it. Right to repair means also right to break. That's what it means that Apple's saying is here's the parts. You break it, that's your problem. God knows I've broken a lot of things.
Nowadays, phones are basically screens. That's why it costs so much, right?
Yeah, it's mostly the screen and a little bit of memory and the processor.
Yeah.
And of course, the speaker and the microphone. But most phones are also tiny, tiny little phones, circuits, and they're really, like, some of the parts are like smaller than a grain of sand. I'm serious. I've seen plenty of surface mount boards with parts the size of a grain of sand or the size of a flea. And I'm going, you want me to fix that? I'm registered blind, and you want me to get in there with a soldering iron and fix that little tiny micro part? No, I don't think that's going to happen. It's just impractical to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to get some more people on the panel too, but I don't know when they're going to come on. It's already 5 o'clock. It's already 10 o'clock in the UK right now.
Yeah. Well, 3 o'clock is not a good time for me. I'm right in the middle of doing something every day.
Yeah, well, I tried to come up with a better time, but 10 a.m. today would have been a disaster anyway. Because, for one thing, I actually went to bed at 7 in the morning. after Ed and I spoke on politics for about 5 hours, and I said, Ed, let me explain one thing to you, to the audience too. Don't know this way. When I was living by myself, I'd go to bed about 10 o'clock. I'd get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I would take out the garbage, clean the cat box, get the food out for the cat, eat breakfast, sit down, have the water for my tea hot, and then set up for the 10 o'clock show. But now it's like yesterday is a good example. I woke up at 9:40. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do any housework. I couldn't prepare for the day. Okay, Josephine wants to come on now. Let's get her on here. Well, she just did. Come back and ring up again. Not much, Larry. What are you up to?
Larry Young husband?
Josephine was just here, but she rang off before I could answer.
Oh, darn.
Well, she should be back, I hope. I know what I could do. Copy. Paste. Okay. Just in case she had a problem or something, I don't know. So the book is actually pretty good. I like it. Wait till you see the section of the book in the power center or the power plant. That'll be interesting for you to read. You'll learn a lot from that. Especially when you start.
So, do you have any more information about the Yellowstone volcano or no?
I haven't even had a chance to plop my butt down in the chair to even look at videos in Yellowstone.
Can you pull up anything now or no?
Probably could. Let me see if I can find something here real quick here. Let me close the book here.
That would be interesting.
Okay, so let's see. Pop open another window. You want videos? Yeah, I think you want videos, I'm sure. I don't think you want YouTube. Okay, so...
I mean, videos, information, it doesn't matter to me. It just, like I said, I had a hard time finding it.
All right, let's see.
I was like...
Yellowstone supervolcano. Okay. And let's change the search parameters on this to... okay, what can I change the subcategories? Where's the filters? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's turn it for this week. Okay? So they are watching the wrong area for the next Yellowstone eruption. This was 7 days ago. Eruption Yellowstone supervolcano Lava Creek. Okay. Yellowstone Park officials reveal that something chilling is happening right now inside Yellowstone. That's 6 days ago. All right, let's divide it down to from this week. Let's see if anything for today. Okay, very Savannah News, Live Watch. Okay, Yellowstone warning as a mega volcano gearing up to explode. Nothing you could do 4 hours ago. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the link here for you. Oh my rotten luck, I'm gonna end up playing it, but I don't want to play it right now because it's so new. The guy is probably gonna get mad if I play it right now. So I just save it to 2021 playlist, okay?
Okay.
That way I don't get the guy mad, and you can still see the video. Brilliant meteor spoiler from Tennessee to Russia, November. This is a meteor. I'll put that on here too. In the playlist. Save the playlist 2021. I'll just pull a couple pieces up. And then we'll check them out later on too at the same time. And La Palma volcano eruption is still continuing on coverage of that. The devastation left by one of the tornadoes in Regasso, Sicily. They get tornadoes in Sicily? I didn't know that. Tornado left at least one person dead, 2 others injured, and numerous damage in the city of Modica. Water spout in Bali, Indonesia. This is what Canary looks like from the International Space Station. Indonesia's Mount Merapi releases hot clouds. Day 3, space creation, Z-push. Nuclear fallout, tensions increasing between 2 major countries. That's not super volcano, but yeah, let's see, it's 2 hours ago, so I'll put that in the playlist so you can check those out. Those are all in the 2021 playlist, guys, so you guys can check them out there. Okay, that way I don't get copyright YouTubers screaming at me for playing the shows on my channel, and you guys can catch up on it when you're ready, and I don't have to worry about giving the links because the links will already be here. But I will see if I can change the search parameter a little bit. Let me change it back to this week. And let's see if there's anything special. A super volcano 100 times more powerful found in the United States. 4 days ago, super volcanoes are a scary thought that actually eruption could cause complete global devastation. Okay, that might be a good piece of history for you to understand how supervolcanoes work. And it's 4 days old, so it's not really that old. Okay?
Okay.
So that way
I already looked. I looked at it and I found it in there. I have to watch it later.
Yeah. See, that's what I can do. Panel. I just posted the link to the panel. Drop the link again? Fine. I bet I already pasted it. Find out. Here's the link to the panel. So, but as far as the volcano goes, I believe from what I see in the map from the last eruption from Yellowstone, it looks like Michigan is going to be spared the worst of it. But majority of the Midwest is not going to be spared, especially the crop-growing regions of the United States. Arkansas is going to be decimated. Kansas is going to be cremated. Nebraska, it's going to be ash before when the pyroclastic flows. It's going to just basically devastate majority Idaho, Iowa. Not good. Parts of California are going to be seriously hurt as well.
What's it going to do? Are you talking like the lava is going to destroy these things, or the carbon dioxide, or?
Pyroclastic flow is superheated gases and ash ejected that is thrown hundreds and hundreds of miles. It will cremate everything in its path. At temperatures of over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But also we have the earthquake swarms that are associated with this. Now, Yellowstone is already seismically active. They say that if a major upheaval could fracture the lava dome, which could trigger the whole eruption business.
Well,
Canada would be spared. Canada would be safe, especially Eastern Canada would be safe. But don't forget that there is likeliness that Canada may have its own supervolcanoes in wait too. If things get bad enough, they're especially on the Ring of Fire. I stepped into the burning ring of fire. Earthquake swarms shaking my city. Los Angeles is falling into the sea. Ring of fire.
I guess there really is no safe place to live in the United States, is there?
East Coast, for the most part.
Well, I mean, even the East Coast, that's threatening to get a tsunami. If that other volcano, if that one piece of rock drops,
Winston's about 700 miles above sea level, so Winston would be 700 feet above sea level, so Winston would be spared a major tsunami.
Yeah, but I think you would still get some damage. I mean, it's...
Well,
Yeah, I used to. Well, I guess we have tornadoes and we can have blizzards and stuff like
we
that.
have tornadoes, blizzards, and of course, if there's enough flooding, it could be just like Fukushima, where any power plants near the ocean could be drowned, and all of a sudden we have the same thing where nuclear rods explode and radiation flies everywhere. And because we have a couple power plants in the United States and in New England and Connecticut that are nuclear plants, like the millstones. I don't know how well those have been secured from flooding any more than Fukushima Daiichi was. So, if their diesel generators go, the power grid goes down, and ISO New England doesn't have enough way to get power down to Connecticut to keep the power plants, because these power plants cannot run independently of the power grid. They can't do a cold start. So,
well, unfortunately, all the damage we've been doing to this earth, it's just like a person. You push it too far, it's going to fight back, and
right.
That's what's going to happen.
Canada would probably be the safest place to be for now.
Where?
Yeah.
Where did you say would be the safest place?
Canada.
Oh, Canada? Yeah.
Yeah. So Ed was asking me yesterday, he said, can we move to Canada? I said, you're going to have to apply for the visa. If you want to go to Canada, I don't know if you meet the qualifications. You don't know French as a second language.
Oh, you have to know French?
You have to know French, because that's the second official language of Canada.
I know French toast, French fries.
I know some French.
Kiss?
I know a little bit of French. But I don't
know any French.
think I would take enough French to meet the requirements to join some of the Canadian requirements.
What if you pretend you're mute? If you can cross the border and say, I can't speak French.
You're still going to be able to read and write French.
Oh, darn it.
But I'm sure if you claim political exile, you probably might be able to get it in there, just like they do in the United States. They're claiming they're exiles, from angry countries, and that's what they could do. You can get asylum there.
Okay, well, Larry Younghusband says it's close to Canada. He disagrees with you. How do you know that it wouldn't affect Canada? Is that what the scientists
Well, it's
are
going to definitely
predicting,
affect it's certainly going to affect the lower west or middle of Canada, where Ottawa is, and not Ottawa, but where Vancouver is, and their farming area. So yeah.
When you say it's going to affect them, is it like minimal effect? Like they'll get
minimal.
The air pollution, but it's livable.
That's going to be a global problem. The air pollution, all the high flying ash into the stratosphere is going to black out the sun. It's going to look like nuclear winter. And then all the people at IPCC are so worried about climate change, they're going to go, oh no, it's too cold. We need carbon dioxide. We need to get heat in here. Quick, start burning oil. Start burning gasoline. Now you tell us to burn the other stuff out. You try to throw it out of our lives. Don't forget to burn some wood. Yeah, everybody's freezing to death and dying from freezing and frostbite.
Now, wasn't there a movie about, what movie was that, where the entire upper half of the United States was unlivable and people were rushing to the south?
Oh, that Washington State will be affected from the cloudiness as well, eastern coastal. It definitely will affect us if you go by the long-term effect. I mean, not the ash directly affecting us, but the pipelines that provide our energy are in the middle of the country. No natural gas, no gasoline, no heating oil. A good portion of the United States population will be cremated.
Yeah, well, there's your population control.
Yeah. Isn't that something that the Georgia Guidestone says? Maintain the population of the world under 300 million people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you wonder where all the other, 7.4 billion go. It's even more than that. But the point is the population is going to end up basically being crispy critters.
Yes, Larry. I love that movie. Don't ask me why, but I like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the strong will survive. I actually have friends that are preparing for stuff like this.
Yeah.
They're getting gear and stuff like that.
Well, Canadian
so
Prepper
that if they
has
need
been
to run,
telling
they're going
people
to
to
run.
do just that. Canadian Prepper Adapt 2030 are trying to tell people to do just that. I rewatch both of their channels. And right now, let's be honest, if you had a survival food storage done already, and then you had the hyperinflation starting, which we have now, you would have been all set.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, honey. I bought the canned corn when it was on sale about 10 years ago for 25 cents a can. Lucky shit. Yeah. And then, of course, the carbon pipeline they want to build is going to be totally useless. Carbon pipeline? What are you going to do with all the gas? I'm going to store it under the cap rock. Fine. Until the cap rock, the cap rock cracks, and all of a sudden all your carbon dioxide is flying into the atmosphere again. Oops. No, trust me, when a volcano blows, there's not going to be much left.
Yeah.
It's going to look like Leroy Brown with a couple pieces gone, especially in the Midwest.
Well, there's not much we can do.
Right.
Earth is angry. It's, in fact, unfortunately, I think when the Earth gets angry, it's not going to slap us into submission. It's going to obliterate us.
I think it's already tried slapping us and kind of gave up.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's going to finally blow her temper.
Yeah.
Enough of you sticking your tubes in me.
It's important to live each day like it's your last.
Pretty much what we just got to do. Just try to keep... I know I already got my life chart planned for my next life. I'm not coming back to Earth in my next life. I'm going to a different place in my next life.
Well, when you say place, do you think you're going to go to a different planet or a different dimension?
A different planet or a different dimension. Mother God and I already discussed where we want to go. She said, for example, there really is a real Cinderai people. They're not on, obviously they're not on Earth, but there is another planet that's similar to Azeroth in the grand scheme of planets. Where do you think people get the ideas from for stories? They come from stories, planets that we know from our history of our background. When we go home to the other side, when we hit Delta State, is when we find out about and talk to the other side. Hey, is there a real Azeroth? Yeah, there's a real one. And I said, well, I want to come back as a Cinderai. She said, okay, not a problem. So you don't want to go back to the Victorian era anymore? I said, no. I said, I've had enough of this Earth. And I said, I want to go somewhere different for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, would you blame me?
No, I don't blame you.
This world has gotten so politically crazy that, it's not the same anymore. I've had 33 lives on this planet before this one. I want out. Okay.
I think that's what she's talking about, Yamburger. The World of Warcraft world, right?
Yeah, it'll be the real world.
Part of it.
It's in another dimensional plane, yeah. Because remember, almost anything you can imagine exists from the other side.
That's what I think. If you speak it into the universe, there's got to be something real about it.
Yeah. But did you know that our planet right now is living in a quarantine section of the universe?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're like in a glass dome. We're not able to get out to see the real world. We've been deliberately isolated.
What do you think about this full moon
because we were still, for culture, we're still young and kind of upright and uptight, and mother and father God decided it'd be best to keep the kids in the playpen. If you get my drift, Besides letting them
Yeah.
go out there and start destroying other planets, claiming that they're for the glory of Earth. I destroy your planet, steal your resources, eat your children. Yeah, right. So that's why I think they decided to quarantine this planet in its own little private dimension that no one else goes to. Except sometimes the visitors from the other dimensional planes check on us and see how we're doing.
Yeah. What do you think about this full moon that's coming up? It's supposed to be a big one. A lot of energy shifting.
What do I think about the full moon that's coming? I think there's going to be a lot of energy changes. Now, to answer the question about the disability, let's take a look at one thing. When he says, I said, 33 lives and you're disabled and you need a new celestial agent. Have you ever considered the majority of my lives I never was disabled and I needed to have the disability experience? That makes sense too. You've already done everything else. I was a warrior. I served in the Roman as a Roman centurion. Romy was in the Greek army. I was in the Roman army. I think it was that. Yeah. No, actually it was backwards. I was the Roman. You were in the Greek. Right. Okay. But yeah, having fought enough battles, being around at the time of the last ice age, freezing to death. Yeah, I've been there. Okay, the thing is, this is my first life that I remember actually being disabled.
How far back? When was your first time on this earth? How far back was it?
I remember was the last ice age.
So, right, you live with the dinosaurs?
No, I wasn't back that far. Was it the last ice age? It was definitely, I think it was the last ice age, not the first. 100,000 years ago.
There was an ice age more than once?
The Earth had 3 ice ages. And the mini ice age in the Middle Ages.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, that's, yeah, you need to study your geological history. You'd be surprised how many times the Earth has faced an ice age. Because we're in the Goldilocks zone, which doesn't mean it always stays Goldilocks. Sometimes the Earth has this hot and cold spells. See, that's another thing that the IPCC doesn't want anyone to know about. The Earth one time had way more carbon dioxide in the early times of the dinosaurs than it does now. The planet used to be a very rich, verdant place with plants and dinosaurs, and it was moist, it was hot. Or a good, perfect way for early cradle civilization of animals to create life and spring forth. This planet used to be very, very fertile. Today we're kind of living in one of the cooler times. I don't remember. I don't think we're in the driest period. But anyway, the point is that we are in a cooler time that is not necessarily warming up that much. Youngest, driest, younger. What was that, Lou? I thought it was a couple.
Well, here's a question that I don't know if you can answer or not, but all right. So you believe in reincarnation, obviously, right?
Yes.
Okay, so back in like the beginning of time or biblical times or whatever, our population was, I don't know, probably in the thousands, right? There wasn't that many people.
I would say in the thousands,
right?
yeah. It wasn't huge.
Okay. So how is it that where are all these other souls coming from? You know what I mean? Because now we're up into like the 3 billion.
Well, simple. God creates souls. Mother God can create souls.
So God creates them. Okay.
Yep. He creates souls, and each one is uniquely handcrafted. And just like we give birth to babies, they give birth to souls.
Okay. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
That makes sense when you think about it. I mean, why not? They the creator of everything. How hard is it for God to create a soul?
I don't know. I'm not God.
You got the Big Bang, right? Why not? Big Bang, everything went from nothing to everything in a microsecond.
Yeah. So you believe in the Big Bang Theory too, then?
I'm gonna answer that question, even though it's not really my question. Yeah, if God makes soul, why are people killing blacks and drinking pee? Well, first of all, all
Because
right.
those
So
souls get corrupted, I think.
let's take this apart. Basically, the body that we are is a vessel that helps us to adapt to the environment that we live in. Okay, so which means you need energy, and the earth has a smorgasbord of food. So we eat food, and of course we create waste. Right? That's a fact. That's nothing but that. It's wrong. It's we convert chemical products into energy that we use to provide energy. As far as why do we kill each other? Well, that's a good question. There's always been a fighting streak in us, always defending our territory and our property, claiming that it's our property. Really, it's not. It's everybody's property in my faith system. You don't own land. You don't own anything from Mother God. It is given to you for use, especially on the earth. Okay? It's not meant to be owned. You can't own land. Okay, maybe you can own an iPod. Maybe you can own, a flat screen TV or a computer. But remember, those things are made out of the resources from Mother Earth. So when your time is done with it, it's best to be nice and bring it down to its bare components and recycle it. Don't just throw it in the landfill and call it done. Okay, same thing with the people. People are precious in the sight of eyes and God. Mother and Father God loves everybody. Okay? But sometimes some humans forget that we are the children of the divine Mother and Father God.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that they are gods. And that's where we are right now. We have thinking we are the gods. That we can create things. We can create DNA, manipulate DNA. We can create viruses. We can create poisons that can kill everybody. With one tiniest drop of it gets spilled on a surface, all of a sudden you can wipe out the entire Earth population. Yes, there is such a poison. It's pretty well controlled, you can bet. But the point here is that is what we have gotten to believe, that we are God. We're arrogant that way. We forget that we were created lovingly by a male and female God and their heavenly host of angels who will protect us and support us in our earthly travels. Even on other planets, even on the real Azeroth, your spirits are always with you. You're always going to be there helping you when you have a problem. Oh, hailing frequencies, it's up to you to keep them open. If you close your hailing frequencies, it's not their fault if they can't tell you something like don't go there, don't do this, this is a bad idea. If you refuse to listen, it's your fault. You want free will? Free will means I accept God's will, accept the help of God, Mother God, or I refuse and go in on my own. Some people just don't do well on that approach. Absolutely true. So just gotta keep that in mind, guys. Because I don't talk a lot about my spiritual realm and what I believe, but my character in World of Warcraft right now is a triple spec character. She's a mage. She's a frost mage. She's a warrior, and she's going to be a feral druid. Now you think about that. You realize if you ever got to know the real me, you realize I'm a druid or a branch of druidism called Gaian. Okay, I'm not any particular faith, but I do believe in the teachings of Gaia and druidism. So.
Mm-hmm. And what does a druid believe in, or what do they do?
They accept that we're part of the earth, and that our earth is sacred to us, and all life on earth is sacred.
So are they like a Wiccan then, or?
They're kind of, no, they're not Wiccan. Wiccan is like a branch of pagan, neo-pagan, but it is not Druid. It's like saying they're Protestant is the same as Jewish, even though they're both part of the Abrahamic faith systems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Jewish may beget the Christian faith, but once they got past a certain point, they diverged enough that you probably can't even see the recognized similarity between early Christianity and Judaic faith systems. A lot of Wiccan practices do have Druid roots. All right, Josephine's ready to come on. Let's get her on here. Good morning.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing all right, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you? Hello, Blazing, how are you doing? It's Mojo.
Hello, Mojo.
How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
Cool.
Stop.
I haven't spoke to you for a while.
Is the character
What was silence?
No, the character's not. She's Druid. And if you go past page 10 in the book, you would know that during her discussion with Magister Arona, she talks about her faith system. And I'll let Blazing Leo read the book, and then she'll understand it better. And then, and then she can explain it to you, and I can explain it to you. One, from my perspective, and two, from a reader's perspective. Didn't Blazing you're speaking with stab you in the back and do you bad? I forgive. I'm not a person that holds grudges for long. I really don't.
No, same here. Same here. Blazing, are you okay? Because you sound a little bit off. Like
I'm tired.
You for months.
I'm
tired?
I'm tired, Jojo.
Okay. All right. I just want to come up and have a quick chat. That's all.
So the point is, it's already 5:30. Yikes! Oh, it's kind of amazing. I didn't even know the shows get this long anymore. But yeah, so we were talking about the faith systems, what I believe in.
Now, my mom told me, like being a Lutheran is very similar to being a Catholic, except for the priest can get married. Is that what a Lutheran is then?
The Lutheran Church, I was born and raised a Lutheran to start with before I became a Catholic, so I have knowledge of both. The Lutheran faith system does allow priests to marry. They don't call them priests, they call them pastors. Okay.
I was born and raised Roman Catholic. So
they do not hear confessions, by the way. So you don't go into a priest's office, make an appointment to do a confessional. Okay. But yes, they do serve the sacrament of the body and the blood of Christ. Actually, originally, Martin Luther did hear confessions because he originally was an Augustinian monk and a priest. So when he first defected from the Catholic Church, he continued to hear confessionals for his former members of the Catholic Church that joined him. Okay.
I remember my confessional booths. Yeah, they were quite funny.
But what the Lutheran Church believes in, what they call that one can live by Scripture alone, what they call sola scriptura. Okay, the ability that the Bible teaches us all we need to know, and we don't need to do any acts of good work or good faith. Because when it's doing the reading of the Bible, we would be able to understand what good works could be. Of course, I myself don't see it that way. I think if it works is how we show that we have a faith, good faith. Just reading the holy book by itself is not going to make you necessarily a good or bad person. But if you can actually show your faith system, it's kind of like the old statement from the internet, prove it or it didn't happen. In other words, if you say you're a Christian, show me your Christian ways. Show me your godly nature. Okay? Be humble. Show your love of the divine. That's for me is more important.
Well, I've got my own experiences growing up in a Roman Catholic. Like, there's a lot of hypocrisy, but I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, I'm going to go, Michelle. I just want to come and say hello to you and Blazing.
Okay.
I've got to go because I've got a phone call coming in. You
All
take
right. Bye-bye,
care.
Jojo.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
So that's basically a short skinny of the difference between the Catholic and the Protestants. That's funny though. A lot of Lutherans are actually coming back to the Catholic Church because they're feeling.
Oh, are they?
They feel that there's a sense of loss in their doctrine, which the Catholic Church fills in that missing piece. So I was one of them because I went through the RCIA, Rites of Christian Initiation for Adults. I received communion in 1993. It was 1993. Well, it was 1993. So 2013 will be your 20 years of being a Catholic, pretty much. But then again, I've been pretty heavy into faith systems anyway all my life. So it's. I felt it was a great start, but I kind of felt in the end that even the Catholic Church was like kind of Christianity 101, or maybe a little bit more advanced than 101, maybe 105 or something. But I was like still wanted to know more. And so I started doing my own personal travels in the faith realm, learning about different things outside of the Catholic Church. But I still am very loyal to the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
He just ripped out one on that chair. What are you talking about? No, it's not Sunday. But anyway, you guys, when Leo and I get done reading the book, the part of the book I shared with her, I think there's going to be enough information, Leo, that we could have a whole show just talking about the writing so far.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
And I think that would be fun. Maybe we could, might even fill in some very interesting insights into my personality you guys don't know. Because every writer... Oh, yes, by the way, for those of you who are not into the standard units of measurement, the SI system, everything's in the U.S. American English measurements in the book. So it makes it a little easier. But some of the stuff was really hard to convert in my head between SI and American measurements, so I had a hard time doing that. Like describing the size of the propane tanks at the powerhouse, or is it just... They're humongous. They feed enough propane for the entire city of Quetzalcoatl, and there's like almost like between Quetzalcoatl and the powerhouse in the Ghostlands, there's probably about 3 to 4 million gallons of propane. They don't have natural gas there. It's all propane. So that's a lot of fuel. But I'll let you read that part about the firehouse. It might surprise you.
Yeah, I will. I'll read it. I'll give you my honest feedback on it.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I don't expect anything less than honest feedback. Sounds as excited by that idea.
I am kind of excited about it. I love reading people's work.
There's one part of the book I'm really having a hard time doing is writing about the relationship with Michelle and Valenia. Part of me wants to go into every racy detail of their sex, but somehow part of me says, nah, we don't need to go there because unfortunately then it becomes an adult book and then I can't talk about it on YouTube. And so, I want to go into detail, but then every time I get into details, I get all hot and excited. And then, of course, it's like, all of a sudden, I want to basically wish I had a female friend that could just, So.
My goodness.
Yeah. I got a heck of an imagination if you really want to see me get loose.
Oh, my goodness. That's an X-rated show.
Yeah. So I kept it simple for now. Just explained that Michelle came home for 2 weeks for equipment to leave from the military training so that she could spend time with Valenia after doing a couple months tour over there at the power plant. And they spent good 2 weeks doing a lot of frisky stuff under the sheets, watching a lot of Netflix and things like that. I didn't go into too much sort of detail, but I wanted to. But then me says, well, yeah, but how much further should we really go here? Because if we go too far, all of a sudden I'm going to say, this book is too risque. Yeah. I can't recommend this book for children. I'm not asking to recommend it for children. Teenagers, maybe. I wouldn't think it would be appropriate for kids. I mean, under 18 or 16. Definitely would be suitable for maybe 18-year-old. A 16-year-old is a little more mature, but not a 5-year-old. I don't think a 5-year-old would be appropriate for that book.
No. Well, I've read some young adult books that have been questionable for, the age group that they're recommended for.
Yeah, well, anyway, like I said, guys, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, because my character is female, my other character is female, and they're both basically lesbians. So you can visualize what's going to happen, lots of tongue and groove, lots of touchy-feely, yeah.
Tongue and groove.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, just leave it at that. So... I'm sure that some would love to see that, but I don't know if I could ever post that on the book. Maybe if I put the book in Pornhub, baby.
I don't know. I've read, I read a vast variety of books, from sci-fi to murder to fantasy to, just all different types. And some of them have like the most erotic sex scenes in them, and they're so much better because you get your own image in your head rather than watching it on TV with somebody that you don't find attractive or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, I've read some stories that have had some pretty crazy sex scenes in them.
Really? That's maybe I might embellish on it a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with it. Get creative with it. A lot of women, they like that trashy stuff, and and it's private. Like when I'm able to read a story like that, it's a private thing. It's not something that I have to share with anybody.
Right. Well, it's just like when you have you and your significant other in your bedroom, right? Your boudoir, right? You gonna go out there and describe everything that goes on behind closed doors? No.
Exactly.
So, I mean, for the story, I didn't go into much detail on that, but, well, I talked about it vaguely. The sex was good. That's pretty much what we said, and that we spent many nights in the sheets together. And
yeah, get wild with it, Michelle. There's actually there's a series that I read. It's called the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. And that woman actually writes about her sex life, that she is in a relationship with a man and a woman.
Okay.
And she has multiple partners, and she includes that into her books.
Okay.
And obviously she does more in the books than she does in real life, but I mean, some authors are known for their, the way they express themselves sexually in a book.
Right. Well, my case is more like, it's more how I express myself with technology in the books. It's like the technology is a major part of my books. I try to keep it toned down as far as technology goes, not to throw you in for a loop. If you really want to see technology really pushed to the limit, go read Maka's World on my Patreon. That is when I throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you want to see that. I mean, that book, for $1 a month membership, you can read Maka's World. You can read Belle the Snow Teen. It's kind of weird in its own right, but hopefully I'm going to get back to those two someday. Maka's World is probably the closest to finished. Belle the Snow Teen kind of got abandoned, but it's still online. They still got the source code for it to finish it. And now we're writing that's the working title, The Railway. The Trip to Silvermoon by Amtrak is just a working title. I don't even know if we're going to call it that. How about the Train to Silvermoon? The Train to Silvermoon.
Well, whatever you think. My biggest thing, because I've written stories before, I always have a hard time starting them and titling them.
Well, the title, like I said, was working title, and then I was just like, originally supposed to be a simple review piece, and then all of a sudden it turned into a novel, and the next thing I know, and it's like, all of a sudden we're not talking anymore about the train trip. Now we're talking about what has happened to the writer, and she's now living in Silvermoon with a lesbian partner, and is training to be a mage, and got her knee fixed. At the same time, she wanted to get some real elf ears and elf eyebrows, and finally, that's how the story changed. And now it's like, now the working title makes no sense whatsoever. But if I retitle the stream or the book, then you're gonna go, what else has changed? Good question. Right now, the title is the only thing that is kind of really the residual memory of what it started out simply. Because the actual train trip itself isn't even that long. And even Michelle Marie in the story talks about that. My publisher wanted me to get this book back to him because he was chomping at the bit to read it. So I sent it out to my publisher, but I'm still here in Silvermoon. So what does that mean? Well, that means now we're going to be going on. What are you still doing in Silvermoon? So, and there's a little bit of a dilemma there, because you'll find it when you read the story.
Yeah, I will find out. But Michelle, I gotta jump off because I have put dinner off long enough. I gotta get dinner going.
Yeah, I want to get some World of Warcraft in because it's almost 6 o'clock. So, guys, let me do that after the stream. We're gonna end the stream now. And probably about 6 o'clock, this is about 15 minutes, we'll play some World of Warcraft. It will be called the same stream title as this, but it'll say Game Time. So it'll be Game Time. So that we can focus on the game, playing the Druid, like Red Foreman mentioned. Currently reading the
All right, bye, chat, and I'll talk to you later, Michelle.
All right, thank you. Talk to you later. Okay. Okay, let's close this window here. There you go. Reading the complete works of Ramchandra, Volume 1. Okay, I don't know what that is, but either way, it was nice to have you guys here today. And so, in about 15 minutes or so, guys, around 7 or 6, sorry, I will try to get some World of Warcraft in today. And we still got a green dollar sign. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. And so, I'll see you guys in a little bit. You guys enjoy yourself. See you guys later tonight, a little later on. In about 15 minutes or so. All right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.